All right, hey everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Got a couple of my friends here joining me today. A couple pros talking about YouTube money. So do some intros, guys. How about that? We'll start with Chris, who I think has never been on this channel before. So Chris, say hello. I'm gonna pull up your channel here while you do that, and let us know what you do, who you are, where you're from, whatever you want to share.
You got it. Well, being on Clubhouse, you do intros like a million times. So this would be the same kind of deal. But I'm a full-time content creator in Southern California, and I do custom automotive lighting. That was kind of my intro into making content. And so every day I literally build lights, I film, I do online courses, I post on all the social media stuff and give little snippets of it. And then we post long form YouTube videos. So yeah, it's a lot of years in, but it's kind of feeling like I'm at the very beginning even now. It's pretty cool.
Nice, man. Nice. Custom lights. Custom lights. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, we'll dig into this a little bit more because I know that I don't know how much you can share, but I know that you're doing some other things for 2022. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
too.
I'm an open book. So you want to hear about it? I'll talk for days.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. And you've been here before, no stranger to the audience, but say hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Alicia Way, and yeah, I'm pretty much an open book. If you want to know something specific, always feel free to ask, but I don't really know how to do intros very well. So I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 in March. I'm a content creator based out of Orlando, Florida. I don't really know what more to say after that. Yeah, I just create content. And I like to say I do dope stuff for a living. I just do dope stuff for a living. So that's really what I kind of say, because I can't really say I'm too niche down, but I just I kind of go where the tide takes me, and it's been working out good for me. So cool.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's awesome. How long have you been on YouTube, like specifically? Probably making videos longer, but on YouTube, how long have you been on?
2006. Yikes.
Yeah. Oh, 15 years.
Yeah, I was using YouTube as basically a Google Drive back then, but didn't really come into the knowledge of monetization really until 2019, to be completely honest with you. That's when I got my first check, and I'm like, light bulbs went off. So yeah, I would probably say intentionally making YouTube videos since 2019, but I've been uploading because I'm a rapper, I'm a producer, so I'm a performer. That's kind of what my YouTube channel was for back then, and that's been since 2007. So yeah.
2007.
Yeah, same deal. I used to say the same thing that I've told a lot of people. I'm like, dude, I thought it was Dropbox. I thought that's what YouTube was. I was like, cool, you can change your thumbnail. Like, why would you do that for a Dropbox video?
Exactly.
But all of a sudden, I was like, wait, people do that? There's a YouTuber?
Yeah, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? So hey, let's do it.
Yeah, no, that's when did the partnership program even come into play? Because that's like what? Am I wrong? 2013, 2014? Chris, you were around.
Yeah, so I remember I posted a video in 2014, and it got like 1 million views and was like going crazy in Korea and Japan and all this stuff. But I didn't know anything about it. I vaguely remember hearing like, oh, you can ask if you can be accepted into this program or whatever. And it was just like, I don't know. I didn't know anything about AdSense, anything like that. And I remember that probably in like 2015 or 16 or something, I got something in the mail from one of those, their agencies that find money that people have with different like government agencies that they haven't collected.
Wow.
And they were like, Google has like $1,000 for you. Wow. And all we need is 10% of it. And then we will make sure you get that money, which essentially meant like they'll put an envelope in the mail and send it to Google, and then they'll take 100 of my dollars. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Wow.
So I wrote that letter, sent it off to Google, and I got a check. And I was like, yo, I could do with more of this. Let's go.
Yes.
So that was my first taste, man. That was blood in the water. And then it was on.
Oh yeah.
That was
similar story with me. Like I had been getting the invitation from YouTube, like, hey, apply for the partner. I'm like, I'm good. And then when I'm like, well, you can make some money with it. And then I realized I could make some money with it. Then I still was like, nah, I don't want to put my viewers through all that, like looking at commercials and stuff. Nah, I don't want to put them through that. And then it wasn't really till like somebody was like, yo, you can make money with YouTube, and can you teach me how to do it or show me about it? And I'm like, all right, well, let me just go ahead. And I remember saying, let me go ahead and just become a part of this, just so I can know the process, right? And just so I can kind of know about it, tell other people about it. Next thing you know, I got like a $800 check, and I'm like, $800. Yeah, really? So I ask my wife. It's like it's sat in their account. I didn't even like touch it for like a month because I'm like, yeah, I know they're gonna come get this money anytime now. So
This can't be real.
Yeah, then the next check was like $1,200. I'm like, whoa, hold on now. What's really going on? So at the time I had a big video in the health niche.
Right.
That was a total mistake because I was just like, I didn't even mean to upload that video for that purpose, but it just so happened that certain sponsors were coming on that video trying to like promote their health stuff. And that video just got me like a lot of money. So I think to this day, I've made like $6,000 on that one video, and it's about fasting, like my water fast I did. So then it was like, from there, I just realized, oh, this is something for real. So then I just started like dialing in and stuff. So yeah, it was total mistake though. Total mistake how I found out about it and started making money with it.
It's just by accident. Yeah. No, that's crazy. I mean, that's the thing about YouTube. It's like, it does have the partnership program. So I was talking to, I forget who I was talking to. There's, I forget who I was talking to, but they were saying like, it's for creators, it's so easy to make money from the platform. So like AdSense and, TikTok. Chris, I know you're on TikTok. So the TikTok Creator Fund, right? So money from the platform, but it starts where it kind of separates like, creators in terms of revenues when they can start making money from their viewers. And that sounds kind of like salesy, but like when you can launch your own products outside of the platform. So Chris, you said that you had courses, you had like products. When did that start? When did you start exploring outside of YouTube? Like, hey, I'm going to make some money. There's other money to be made here outside of just the platform.
Yeah, I remember I was making videos in 2011. That was like when I decided that I was going to go full-time working for myself. I left a partnership that I had started a couple of years prior, and Flatrate has always been like a hobby. And for the first time in 2011, it was like, okay, I'm going full time. So I was just trying to post out videos. And again, thinking that it was like Dropbox, I was just posting these videos out there, but I was posting a lot of them to kind of showcase what I could do with my custom automotive lighting so that I could book clients. So it's kind of an onboarding process, right? Or a way to just answer multiple different questions. But then as time went on, I started getting kind of into like, oh, if I figure out how to do something, I could just show people how to do it. So I would use YouTube for the reason that you should use YouTube, to like take what you got, help somebody else out with it, post it out there. And I had done that quite a bit. And then for the very first time, I literally didn't know anything about online business until 2015. And I read a book. All of a sudden, it went from the book to another book to there's a conference. And then towards the end of the year in 2015, I'm sitting there at a table looking at Gary Vee doing his little keynote speech in Vegas at an event called Thrive. And that's when I was just like, okay, there's like people doing big, crazy stuff. And I really just thought, to be honest with you, like, oh, I'm just going to make this course and it's going to make me a bunch of money. I'm like, holy cow, was I so off with like, I didn't know how much it was going to take, like how long of a process. I even remember listening to a podcast one time, and the guy was talking about how he had tried something and then he came back and he worked a little bit more. And then 3 years later, blah, blah, blah happened. And in my head, I was just like, 3 years? What do you mean 3 years? I need money like tomorrow. Like how am I going to get rich on the internet if it's going to take 3 years? And all I could tell my younger self now is like, it's probably going to take 6, bro. Because it did. You know what I mean? Right. It's a long, long journey. So yeah, you just learn and implement and just the grind, man. You got to enjoy the climb. And I definitely do. I love what I do.
Yeah. No, that is a long haul. It's a long haul. How about you, E? When you start thinking about like outside of YouTube, making money with other revenue streams outside of YouTube, passive, active revenue?
Yeah. So yeah, the passive revenue is what I really want to get into because that's when you're really not a slave to like no type of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You set up your systems and you're good to go, which I have yet to tap into. But for me, it's more active revenue as far as like, so where I come from, like, I know this might be hard to believe, but where I come from, like people still think YouTube is like a Bigfoot or a unicorn. You know what I'm saying? They still think that it's not like very doable or very attainable. So like even with me only like around 10,000 subscribers, they kind of look up to me like, oh, bro, like help me figure this out, right? Help me figure this YouTube thing out. So like for me, it was more like just kind of like low key, I hate to say it, but it is what it is, but like low key, like coaching people on their YouTube channel and just like helping them, showing them what to do and best practices, and then basically them paying me for like consulting or coaching, and then like got over more into like content creation for like businesses, small businesses, influencers, things like that, just helping them with content and creating their content, planning their content. So like I work a lot more on other YouTube channels than I do my own, believe it or not. It's kind of crazy, which on next year in 2022, I kind of want to get back to focusing on my YouTube channel. But so that's kind of really where my kind of like bread and butter kind of came in as it relates to the opportunities that stem from YouTube, just kind of like helping people figure it out and just kind of like helping them get the ball rolling with their channel.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. If you guys are here, welcome. This is awesome. We've got Chris, we've got E here, and we're just talking about, how money works on YouTube, how to build, different revenue streams on YouTube, using YouTube. It doesn't have to be necessarily on YouTube itself, but using YouTube, this massive platform where you can build an audience, build a community, build a following, grow authority in your lead, in your niche. And how you can build different ways to make money there. So, guys, like open question, right? 2022 around the corner. What would you, what would you like to tell other creators? Or what do you, I'm sure you guys have these conversations. What do you tell other creators about making money on YouTube? Creators that are getting into the business, maybe creators that are in your circles that are, that you bounce ideas back and forth. What's the thing that keeps coming up in, for 2022? We got to do this.
Man, I would say when it comes to the money side of things, the first and foremost thing for everybody is like, if you're looking for AdSense money, just be in for the long haul, because it's not going to be something that like, don't be in a hurry to see AdSense money. But the dope thing is like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's just a bonus. My AdSense money to me is like, sweet, I got a little bit of extra cash. Like, I'm not like, good, now I can finally like pay for my bills and everything's all okay. Like, I look at that as it's the cherry on top, and the opportunities that open up are massive. So I know one of the things that I've heard that's actually, I think it's like a Grant Cardone thing. I don't really watch Grant Cardone, but a lot of people do. And something that came from his thing was that it's better to be best known than to be the best. And that doesn't mean like, hey, nobody should try hard to be really good at stuff. But like for me, there's people that are way better at the stuff that I do with this custom automotive lighting stuff, because they're head down grinding, doing it every single day. Yet my emails are flooded with people that want me to do the work. They want to pay me. They want, like, the money is aiming at me because I'm better known than the other guy. That doesn't mean that I'm better at it. It doesn't mean I'm the best, but they think I am just because I have more visibility. And so helping people, it is reciprocal, like people do want to just have something go back your way. And then everybody else is just looking at that and being like, oh, I guess that guy's just the best. I'm not. I know I'm not. But a lot of people don't realize that. So there's lots of money involved when it comes to whatever your trade or your thing is. Lots of opportunities open up specifically because of YouTube, and none of that has to do with AdSense.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Thoughts on that, E?
Yeah, I mean, I know it sounds cliche, but I think a lot of people need to understand that the time is now, right? That it's not too late, and as much as it may sound, it's not oversaturated on YouTube. It's oversaturated with like a lot of people who aren't really serious about it. Put it that way, right? So when I go speak at conferences, one mindset shift that I like to let people know is the whole, like I always say this, but the whole world is not on the internet. So if you really think about that, that's very encouraging to know that the whole world is not on the internet yet. So, I mean, how could it be too late when we still have, I think Mark Zuckerberg said it's only 70% of the world is on the internet. So, I mean, think about that. So once that other 30%, which is potentially another millions upon millions of billions, potentially people get on the internet, they're going to be looking for answers. They're going to be looking for problem solvers. And you want to be one of those people that they find, right? So it's really important to when you get online, more so creativity is important, consistency is important. All these things are important. So I'm not trying to downplay any of that stuff, but it's really important that you understand the fundamentals of like what you're doing and who you're doing it for, and optimizing your content for that. Because I know people, man, it's mind-boggling. I know people who are like offline stars, right? They're offline stars, meaning they're rock stars already offline. But kind of going back to the young man's point, what's your name? The one that's on the stream with us. I'm sorry,
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. By the way, I'm a fan of yours. I heard you in the clubhouse, and I was like, yeah, he knows.
I actually just know him like Fly Ride. When we start talking, I'm like Fly Ride.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So to my point, there's a lot of offline stars, right? That I come in contact with. Like they run their niche. They're very well known in their niche. Like they make a lot of money, but they're offline. They don't have a YouTube channel, a Facebook group. They don't have nothing. So it's very easy, when I'm helping these kind of people transition to online, which is, by the way, is a gold mine. I know it's not everybody don't want to do that, but it's a gold mine, just helping people transfer from offline to online. And we start them a Facebook group. We start them a YouTube channel. We start them a Twitter. And you can charge a lot of money just helping people do that. But my point is, their business structure is already ready to go, right? So they just need the online presence. And it's amazing how just to watch them go from 0 to 100 real quick, because they understand the business, and all we have to do is create the content and then just start optimizing it. And now they're already top ranked on Google and YouTube for what they're known in, because people were already looking for them. Like people were already looking for them. They're like, where is this guy? I can't find him. Like I remember I helped somebody start he's big in his niche. I helped him start a YouTube channel. We started the YouTube channel. Like 2 days later, because we started. I told him, hey, bro, we got your YouTube channel going. Boom, let's go ahead and start your Facebook group. Blah, blah, blah. He had 400 subscribers in 2 days. And we hadn't even told nobody about that he had a YouTube channel. So obviously people were already looking for him. Right. We started this group. He had like 2,000 members in his group, Facebook group, in like a week. And we had not even mobilized yet, meaning we had not even made any marketing content, nothing. So people are already looking for him. But there's so many people like that. Like they haven't transferred online yet. So I said all that to say, sorry for the soapbox, but I said all that to say that lets you know that opportunity is still immense. Like it's still great online. And, you can still come online, still start cultivating communities built around your niche and around your expertise, and you will get respected and become an authority in that niche, and then be successful ultimately. So yeah, sorry about that, but yeah.
No, man, that's good. Really good point. Really good point. There's a question here from Vaughn Sanders. I think it's for you, Chris. How did you get better known? So, going back to your point there, there's other guys better than you and like your craft, I guess. But you're just more better known, which is, I think, a struggle for a lot of creators, because they're like, well, you can build an audience or you can just be better. It's kind of like that.
Right.
Struggle.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I am a weirdo. I am a guy that wants to hold a microphone and talk to 10,000 people on a stage. I don't have imposter syndrome. I think I'm amazing. I'm good at the things that I do because I failed a lot. I've just taken more shots. And I'm not amazing because I'm just like, oh, I'm just great. Like, no, I've just failed so many times. I've learned a lot of things that would take somebody else way longer to learn because they're unwilling to. What if I fail? You're probably gonna, like, a bunch of times. Roberto Blake, 100 bad videos. You know what I mean? Like, just like a lot of these things, I look at life, I look at business, I look at, growing online. All of these things come down to the same thing. Take more shots and you're going to make more shots. You know what I mean? Like if you're just chilling, like
there you go.
But think about it. Like how are you going to expect to get a banger video when you've only ever made 3? Right. Versus like, it's like, how are you going to sync that, like that clutch moment, end of the game, winning shot? Hey, you're the hero. Like if you haven't been practicing and just taking a ton of those things. So to E's point, check it out. Businesses don't know anything about YouTube. Nothing. They know a little bit maybe about some Instagram or some Facebook stuff. Like they think they can boost the post or whatever, like because they see a button. They're like, I think I should push it. Yeah. But you come through, about YouTube. Guess what? I just spent a year on Clubhouse. Nobody knows anything about YouTube. None of them. And you know what? They're afraid of it because they hate that their vanity metrics do not convert to YouTube. You can't just show up with a pretty face or a cool car and then all of a sudden you just earn a bunch of subscribers. Like it's a different beast. It's the tallest mountain to climb. And if you've climbed that even a little bit, you're way higher than everybody else because nobody even knows how to get started. So YouTube's the spot, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Love
That's
that.
so true. That's so true. I feel like YouTube is the most, I don't know what the word is, but I think I'm like, I totally agree with you, Chris. It's like it takes the most amount of skills, I guess, and it's the longest to build. But once you build it and you figure it out, it's like the longevity is there. I don't know if you guys feel the same if you compare it to like other platforms.
But and it does take a lot of skill. Yes, it does take a lot of tenacity, drive. Yes, but you know how many people came on YouTube with none of that stuff and blew up?
Yeah, exactly.
So even though it does, when I talk to my clients, I say, yes, you need all those things, but more so importantly, I feel, yes, you need a plan, a strategy, all that. But more so importantly, I would say just get started and be your authentic self and kind of figure that out as you go, right? Because so many channels have blown up and they haven't figured crap out yet. They just were being themselves. Documentation, right? Documentation. So I tell people all the time, we think of content creation, and that's great, but that can seem very technical and scary. Oh, it's content creation. Oh my God, I'm thinking lights, camera, action, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. No, documentation. What does that mean? So that just means document what you're doing, the process, behind the scenes, after, before, the conversation. Just keep documenting. Like, just keep your camera out. In most cases, will be your camera phone, right? And just document. And you'll be surprised where the magic happens and when the magic happens. Like I had interviewed, I do creators on the come up, and a lot of but one of the underlining stories that I hear from a lot of the successful creators with hundreds of thousands of subscribers is they just keep the camera rolling and they let the moment happen when it happens, and then they build a story around that, or they build a moment around that, or they figure it out as the day goes on, or and they backfill, they reverse engineer the story, or they backfill the story. But if they never kept documenting, they never would have got it, right? They never would have got that moment. So, I would just say, for most people, don't get like a deer in the headlights. Just start documenting and then let it happen as it goes, throughout the day and flow like that.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. E, what are some opportunities that have opened up for you on the professional side of things through YouTube? Because
crazy. Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to say hate talking about myself, but I really don't like talking about myself because it just, I don't know. I just don't want to like sound like I'm trying to be the man or anything like that. But what I will say, which has kind of blew my mind a little bit, is the skill of you. Like, the YouTube is a skill, right? And kind of like what he said, like, you're going to be so far ahead of people just understanding the skill of YouTube and what it takes. But then when you add in the aspect of like the technical aspect of when I just over the last year, what I'm saying? Shout out to Doc Rock and Primo and all these people who helped me figure out about like cameras and stuff like that. Just understanding cameras and basic settings and lightings and audio. And then you add in the element of live streaming. And then if you're even like somewhat of a personality like me, I have a decent personality. You add these things in and my phone stays ringing. I turn so much money down now because it's like, I'm only one Alicio. You know what I'm saying? I need you over here. I need you over here. I need you over here. Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? So to answer your question more specifically, once people get a sense that you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing, and they check you out, people will watch you over time, right? So people will sit back, they'll see you, and then they'll observe you over time. And then once they get that you're a good dude, a good person, then people are just going to call on you to just be a genuine help and just be valuable to them in their business. So for me, a lot of opportunities, just like helping people set up their live streaming, helping people start a YouTube channel, coaching, consulting, helping, their employees, or helping. I get people pay me like $200 just to sit and talk to me about, hey man, I don't really know where I'm going. And I say, bro, you're paying me $200 to talk to me. And let me tell you something. I don't know where I'm going either. What's your niche, Alicia? I haven't figured out my niche yet, bro. Like, go to my channel and it's about a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know. I don't got a niche. I'm a no niche kind of guy, I guess. I don't know. So like, I guess my point is like, you can still be successful as you figure this thing out, So for me, like, I never thought I would be like an AV guy, audio video guy. I never thought I would, because I'm not a technical guy. But like, to his point, we're still miles ahead of the rest of the world. They don't even have a clue. They really don't have a clue. So for me, yeah, I just been doing a lot of traveling and just helping create content for companies. just helping people set up their live streaming, churches, help businesses, helping just do a bunch of I guess it's like, I won't say minuscule little tasks, but it's a bunch of stuff that I can easily be like, yeah, give me $500 for. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me $1,000 for. Sure. Like they're throwing money at me. Like, okay. Like, but it's all stuff that they really, truly need. They really, truly need. Especially one of the things I tapped into is nonprofits. They need to raise money, right? They don't have an outlet to do that because people ain't standing on the corners no more. You know what I'm saying? They're not, you know how you see selling newspapers and moon pies? You can't really do that post-COVID. You know what I'm saying? Moon pies and newspapers. So I'm just helping nonprofits set up ways to do live streaming marathons and things like that. And they'll make $10,000. So that's easy $2,000 for me. And it took me an hour to set them up. Like it's retarded. So just understanding the mechanics and different things like that, the opportunity is truly endless. So that's why, yeah, it's too many. We'll be here forever talking about the opportunities, bro. Yeah.
Clearly, man. That's just one niche of people that are trying to use videos, right, and YouTube.
Yeah.
So you're talking a lot about like services, basically, like services.
Yeah, it's more services.
So many services.
To be honest with you, I'd rather be in his lane doing like I told my sister, I'm like, I got to figure that out, because I just been lazy, you know what I'm saying? But I got to figure the courses out, the podcasting, the automated side of things, email marketing, which I got a good understanding of it, but I haven't implemented any of it. But in 2022, you probably won't see me a whole lot because I really want to be more behind the scenes, figuring out the mechanics of email marketing, podcasting, live streamings from a production standpoint, courses, things like that, webinars. I want to figure that out so I can literally, and it sounds bad because I like human interaction, but it sounds bad, but you're only one person. You only got 24 hours in a day, right? So if you can figure the automation side out and really when somebody comes to you, hey, bro, I need this, boom, hey, here's my email list. You'll get this email sequence that will click on this. It'll tell you, like I really want that side of things so I can free up more of my time and just free up more of my creative space and things like that. So, yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I know. I think, Chris, feel free to take the mic, man. I know you've already figured out some of those automations.
Share, brother. Please do share.
Man. So,
a little bit.
Tell us about that side of things for you.
Yeah. So, like, I think spending so much time over the period of time during COVID, that's what I did. Like what he said, that's what I did for that whole time. I kind of fell off for a bit. I was like, dude, I don't know what's happening in the world. Like, why do custom headlights matter? That sounds so stupid to me. Like, this is the dumbest use of my time. I was like, I don't know what the future holds. But like, I did know that prior to that, like a year prior, I got really into live streaming and I had all this dope gear and capture cards, all this stuff. And I was like, you know what I'm going to do? My guy, Pat Flynn, was going live every single day and I got inspired and I was like, I'm going to go live every day. For 2 months, I just every single day just went live to just fully throw myself into the learning. And then as I did that, I ended up recording a lot of those things and I started doing trainings and teaching and little contests and stuff like that. And we actually cataloged all of it and I put it into a free course to teach some of the stuff. We do this custom programming where we program little LEDs to put inside the headlights to come on and do certain patterns and we could change them up and I teach people how to do it. And then once I've taught them how to do it, they can make a file, send it to me in email or through Discord, and we can like upload that to the physical lights that are sitting on my workbench while I'm live streaming and show the whole group what dudes, Vince in Ukraine or wherever he's at, we could show off his lights. So that was cool for me because I had been wanting to learn about the courses. It was really hard to know, like, where do you start? How do you do it? How do you actually build it all out there? And so that became a big part of it, like learning community building, which right now I would just say like storytelling and community building. Those are like the biggest things you should focus on for 2022. Nice. Vid Summit was like literally everybody was just like storytelling. You know what I mean? Like those were some of the dopest speeches there. But yeah, with the courses, like this is what I've come to learn. Number one, like email marketing is just a massive skill that everybody needs to work on and nobody is. I was at the top of that list for years. I paid hundreds of dollars. I think at one point it was like like $150 a month I was paying every single month, and I never sent off a single email. I don't know how many months I was paying that so that I could have an active campaign. Now, my guy John that works with me now, he was like, hey, I want to start building this like course thing. So he started looking into ways that he could do, start doing email blasts and Shopify email to like his customers and all that. The guy was just doing it. He wasn't like overthinking it or waiting. And that's what I was doing for all that time. I was just overthinking it. So what I would tell anybody that has any ambition, wants to get into courses, wants to learn about like automations and sequences and all the funnels. Everyone's like, funnels, I'll build you a funnel. Oh my God. It's like 5 emails, bro. That's what a funnel is. It's 5 emails. So that demystifying to me and realizing like, there's a nice little process that like, I could tell you a funnel right now, give 2 emails away that teach something nice. Don't ask for anything. A 3rd email, give away a little bit of information and then let them know that you have a thing you want them to buy. And then the next 2 emails, tell them about that thing again. That's all. That's a funnel.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Simplify it. I think it's just much like YouTube, right? Like I think, we, because we are creating on YouTube, it's so simple, but like, all of these automations, a lot of creators don't even think about it. Like I think we were at Vid Summit and it's like one of the talks is like, hey, who has a lead magnet? That's why I asked in the chat, who has a lead magnet? Because I remember there's like barely any creators in the room in the auditorium in 2019 that had a lead magnet in this one talk. And I think it was I forget who the speaker was, and they're like, well, like stop making any more videos and make a lead magnet before you make any more videos and focus on that side of things too. So yeah, that's such a simple like sequence.
Yeah, it's I overthought it a lot. But now there's even more tools. You don't even have to have the email software and all that. Like there's free stuff out there now that you could automate your Instagram DMs. Like that's what I'm playing with a lot right now, is I'm just literally telling, like literally, if you DM me on Instagram right now, the word mistake, just the word mistake, cool stuff will happen while we're talking. Right now. It's like, that's nice. That's convenient. So things can happen and people find out. And that like takes you to another YouTube channel that I've been messing around with and I'll be building up this coming year. But like, like it doesn't have to be a big, scary thing.
There you go. Yeah, I'm going to actually put that in the chat. DM mistake over here to Chris's Instagram and see that in action. So do you need a tool? Do you like need a tool for that? Do you need ManyChat for that? Did you use anything?
There's a company. I met a dude named Larry Kim. He has a company called Mobile Monkey. So this is actually, it was this like you have to be fancy to use it, and then you had to be less fancy, and then now you don't have to be fancy at all. Like it's just everybody's got it. So they have a free version called InstaChamp, and you can just sign up and go after it. Just dive in. It's pretty cool.
That's it. There you go. There's one tip. There's a question here. And by the way, let's, if you have any questions, building, automation, anything, like that, please, drop them in the chat. Anything around monetization, drop them in the chat here. Let's take some questions here. I saw one from Pearl. Chris, say that again. I need to write it down. I think that was the 5 email sequence that you shared real quick.
Okay. Here it is. It's simple. And this is from my guy, Graham Cochran. If you want to look him up on YouTube, he teaches Kajabi, but he teaches the same thing for ClickFunnels and all these other funnel programs. So it goes like this: 5 emails. You start off, your first one is just like, hey, let me tell you about this cool thing. Give them some value. At the end of the email, be like, be in touch. I'm going to send you another one of these. And then the next day, you send them another email. More value, more cool stuff. You're not selling, you're not doing anything. It's just good stuff for them to know that has to do with whatever that lead magnet they downloaded was. So you're talking on the subject. It all makes sense. And then a 3rd email, you talk a little bit more on that subject. And then you let them know, hey, guess what? I actually have this course. And you tell them a little bit about the course. And then on your 4th email and your 5th email, you're just telling them more about the course, making it sound like it's something that would be good for them, because it probably is good for them if they're reading your 4th and 5th email and they got your lead magnet. And lead magnet, just to demystify that, like somebody goes to your website, don't say sign up for my newsletter. They don't care about your newsletter. They don't want your newsletter. I don't want to read newsletters. But what I do want is something that has to do with maybe like the YouTube video about, hey, here's how I'm going to open up these headlights, right? And then somebody goes to my site, and let's say that it's like a lead magnet about like, here's 5 things you need to know if you're going to be opening up headlights regularly. 5 ways to make money, whatever I want to say, you know? And so they download the thing, and it gives them a PDF, and it tells them those 5 things. And they're like, sweet. And then the next day they get that first email. It's like, hey, guess what? You know, when I was working on headlights, this is something that I learned along the way, and it's helped me a lot. I hope it helps you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And then you start email 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. And pretty soon, like, there's just this organic thing that happened where you kind of like started this relationship with them, and then it goes to the end of the thing, and now you've automatically pitched your course to somebody who's totally a warm audience, like interested. And that might be the thing that they needed, because they had no clue there was ever the possibility of like taking a class that they could pay for to learn more in depth about that subject that clearly they were interested in, starting way back on that YouTube video that they saw in the first place. So that's kind of like the whole journey.
So simple, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. Pearl says, so beautiful and simple, connection at its best. Yeah. And there's so much. I mean, the less days that you like, the more that you wait to set that up, like the more views you're letting go on YouTube, you know, to potentially get people there. So this is like here, this is what I'm showing on the screen is your lead magnet from your channel. 5 keys to getting custom lights built the right way, right? So that's
people hit me up. They say how much. They always want to know how much. They don't give me any context. They don't say anything. They just hit me up out of the blue and they go, how much? I'm like, how much for what, bro? Like, what are you talking about? We even made a shirt that says how much for what, bro? But yeah, that's the lead magnet for that bucket. I have 3 different buckets on the site, but that particular one is it's kind of like the tire kicker. Like if you see a Lamborghini drive past and you're like, whoa, I wonder how much that cost. Like that doesn't mean you're going to be a warm lead to a Lamborghini dealership. Like it doesn't matter if you know how much it costs. You're not going to go buy it. It's the tire kicker. Like I just want to know, how much does that thing cost? This takes care of those guys right there. Read all about it, people.
There you go. That's awesome. Cool. Doc Rock says, you get better known by creating more content than they do, and it's a bonus if it's good. Yeah. I mean, it's just more awareness, right? I think is always really good. I think the more content you create, the better you get at creating content, but also at the topic that you're talking about. You know, just naturally, you're thinking about it more. You're digging into it and thinking about it. So, yeah. Thanks, Doc. It's good.
Yeah, I got a question for you guys, both of you guys too, as we're going through questions. Because on the subject of money, I have to bring this up and give what I know. But first I want to ask, how is short form content playing into your money strategy with content in general?
That's a great
That's for
question.
Both of you guys.
That is like
define short form.
Short, like 9-second videos.
Oh,
you
wow.
know what I mean? Like 8-second or
that's like micro
17-second
content.
video.
Yeah. I don't have a micro content strategy yet. Stay tuned though. Coming up.
Same. I've I will upload shorts every now and then. But it's more for awareness. It's not really like, I think YouTube is talking about adding some mid-roll ads in shorts, but haven't really used it as much as I maybe should. How about you? I feel like you've got
I know, right?
way to
Should
use
be
it.
asking you.
Of course. No, well, here's the thing is early in our clubhouse days back in March, we met a couple different people, Lisa Wynn, Jake Fellman. There were a couple of these people that were they were early on the shorts thing, and they were TikTok creators and all that. And they were bringing it over, and they have seen just explosive growth. That's not what I'm actually interested in when it comes to shorts. Having said that, Jake Fellman got, what was it, like 7 billion views last year or something. So guys clearly good at shorts. Lisa grew a channel to over 1 million subscribers in months because of her shorts. And she's just awesome. Her content's great.
Yeah,
so
Lisa's awesome.
She's so
this
sweet.
one, right?
Yep. And we would hang out on Clubhouse every day for like a couple months, just all of us talking about shorts. And what I want to give value to the audience right now is I listened to a bunch of different people talking about shorts, and I learned different things from different people. So Jake Fellman, master of looping. The guy did these Minecraft videos, and they would start and they would loop and you didn't even know when it happened. You're like, wait, I think, did I just watch this 6 times? And you'd be like, oh my God, I did. So Jake was the master at that. But there was a lot of different little things that I picked up from these different creators, whether they were on TikTok or they were doing shorts or whoever it was. And the most important thing when it comes to anybody that wants to use their content authentically, not do dancing and weird stuff that they wouldn't normally do, but just talk about what they would normally talk about. You just need 3 things. You just need a hook. You just need to show your face, like personal branding, or your company if it's just straight branding without a human. And then the third thing is a call to action. And so the way that we do that is, if I were to sell you this can of LaCroix peach pear beverage, I'd be like, this is peach pear LaCroix, right? I just put some movement, put it up into the camera, and then I would talk about it. And when I talk about it, I'm showing my face. So I already gave you the hook. That was the hook. And when I'm showing my face, I'm like talking about it. Now you're seeing my face, whites of my eyes, whites of my teeth. You're like, that's the creator. That's the person behind the voice. So you actually might want to subscribe to follow that person, because it's now a human involved and you're only 6 seconds into this thing, right? And I'm just like, this is my second favorite one that I like, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter what you talk about. And then you're like, have you ever had LaCroix? So what I just did there, I just told you about something. And then I talked more about it as you're seeing me. And then I invited you into the conversation. We get to have a little chat in the comments. And that took 12 seconds. Yeah. And that formula right there, just the hook, the personal branding, and that call to action, that to me is a formula I can teach, I could talk about, I could use, I can change up and do different stuff with it. But more than anything, it's easy. It's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. And now it's resulting in thousands of dollars that I get every month just because I post short form content. And like, it's easy money and I like it. So I think people should get in on that.
There you go.
Because Instagram and Facebook, people are paying, man. There's money that's coming in. So I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't say Facebook put $1,000 in my pocket today just because I posted those things on Instagram. And
there you go.
They want you to do that.
They want you to do that. Yeah, Doc says, I just drank that a few minutes ago. So there you go. It's already working.
Nice.
It's already working.
LaCroix sponsored me.
Team Bubbly. No, that's really good. So where are you posting shorts? Like this is, you were doing shorts for a little while, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't doing any type of targeted focus. Okay. Again, I just do me kind of. But yeah, I'm definitely, because I know they have like, I have a few friends that are in like the creator program on. So is that what you're talking about on Facebook? Who's sending you the check?
Yeah. So it's very interesting. If you haven't been posting shorts to YouTube, then it's kind of harder to wrap your head around this. But if you've posted a short, then you already have it figured out. You have short form vertical content. It's less than 60 seconds. It's vertical format. It's short. If you post those to Instagram, they have their tab that's called Reels, right? Mm-hmm. So if you haven't been posting Reels and you're like, oh, they didn't invite me, that's because you've taken no shots, my friend. Take a couple shots. You'll get this little invite. And it doesn't happen for everybody. And it's not the same across the board for all creators that are there, big or small, doesn't matter. But when you post an Instagram Reel, post a couple of them, you might just get the invite from Instagram. And they'll say, hey, we have a creator program, because they're desperately trying to compete with TikTok, just like YouTube Shorts is trying to compete with TikTok. And so when you post that reel on the Instagram, you might get invited into their creator program. And they literally just tell you like, hey, we want you to get 1 million views in the next 30 days. And if you do, we'll give you $1,000, or get 800,000 views and we'll give you $800. It's different things that they offer different people. Yeah. But I made $1,000 in 10 days and I hit my limit. Crazy. And I was like, and I've never seen views and I've never seen follows like that. It just ramped up. And the more that I saw that it was working, the more I was like, yo, this is serious. I'm going to do a really good job. But all of those that I posted to Instagram intended. Reels. Yeah. Right. But when I was posting them there, like I was posting them to TikTok as well. And I was also posting them to Shorts. I still haven't posted most of them to Shorts. I've still been banking them all up. But the cool thing is then I found out my buddy, Professor Nez, he was telling me, yeah, man, Facebook has Reels too. And I was like, yeah, isn't it the same as Instagram? He's like, nope, different payout account, different everything. And so I posted one reel to Facebook, and then Facebook sent me off the invitation. And their thing, instead of saying we'll pay you $1,000 a month, if you hit the limit, the ceiling from Facebook was $35,000 a month. And
That's
so
insane.
I actually made more money posting to Facebook Reels with way less views. I think I got like 630,000 views on Facebook, and on Instagram, it was like just under 1.1 million and paid way more money. So I don't say this like it's not a flex at all. This is just because I learned about YouTube Shorts last year. We got really good at making them. And then it was like, well, where do you post them? Well, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time posting to Instagram because they don't pay you. But then all of a sudden, we got Mark money. We got Zuck's bucks. Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, you win, Mark. I'm going to show up and you're going to pay me. And it's not bad. It definitely makes creating content that much more like doable. And it's like, listen, if you tell people you're uploading videos on YouTube, they're like, cool. If you tell people you're uploading videos on YouTube and you're getting brand deals and making money and you're getting sponsorships and cool free stuff is showing up, then they're going to be like, whoa, tell me about this. Like, I want to know. So that's kind of how I feel about the making short form content. It's like, sure, don't do it if there's nothing in it for you. But if there's thousands of dollars and it's fun, like, bro, make short form content. That's my soapbox story.
No, that's great, man. That's great. Pearl saying, okay, I need to tie up my jaw to stop it from dropping. Why am I just hearing about this now? Honestly, I'm the same. I'm just hearing about this now. Like I know that there's some funds from TikTok and Reels. I didn't realize Facebook had a fund that at that cap rate of $35K per month. So, man, the competition for content is fierce for the platforms. Clearly, I thought it was really mainly between TikTok and YouTube, to be honest, with Shorts and TikTok. But Facebook or Meta joining the fund is interesting. It's an interesting time for creators for sure.
Yeah, TikTok money sucks, by the way.
Yeah, I bet.
I think the Facebook time limit that I had to start, like to hit the 30-day mark, it ended today, and then the next period started today. I've already made in that day like half as much as I've ever made on TikTok from the beginning, and I have 100,000 followers on TikTok, or like just shy of that, by like
crazy.
A couple hundred. It just doesn't make money. But like if you're super hot and like to dance and you're viral, like cool, maybe you'll make $800 a month. Like I don't know. I'm sure people make real money, but like not people like me. I'm 37 years old. I got a wife, a kid, multiple kids. Like I'm not gonna go shake my butt on TikTok. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I did notice that the Reels algorithm is like way more viral than any other algorithm per se, because it's so like intrusive. It's like you watch one and you sit your phone down and go do something, come back, and they just keep them going. Bloop, 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 bloop. So it's like unless you stop it or click out, you're gonna just be watching Reels. So I think that in a way it's kind of pretty cool just to kind of, I won't say free views, but they're basically sending views your way, views. So I think that's pretty dope. I wonder, when does that program end? Is it like for a year or?
Yeah, I'm curious, I mean, in my position, I'm like, please, let's keep this thing going. I think the reality is just that nobody wanted to post on Reels. It was a flop. You know what I mean? Like it was there. It was like, hey, when we jacked Snapchat for stories, like that was a huge hit, but like we jacked Reels from TikTok, and like, I don't know, people are still over there on TikTok. And, if you think about it, I've heard this said quite a few times, there are TikTok stars. There are YouTube stars. There are not Instagram stars. That's not a thing. You know what I mean? You're big somewhere else, and then you're on Instagram and you're verified, or like cool, you got that. But it's not like you're known because you're like everybody found you on Instagram. That's just where they communicate with you. It's a communication tool, right?
Right.
And so I think until they put money behind it, put $1 billion into the fund. It's a lot of money. So yeah, man.
Yeah, I think we probably should all make a push for that. I was just telling my friend yesterday. He was like, yeah, I posted a reel, and he was like, I got 100 views. He's like, I've never gotten 100 views on anything. And I was like, yeah, honestly, arguably, I know this could be tough, but arguably, you know, from what I'm reading and hearing and researching, if it's not a reel, it's just a waste of your time. That's from what I've heard, like from professionals and people who are doing it. They're like, if you're not posting reels, you're basically totally wasting your time on the internet right now, because they're sending everybody to reels. Like if you're posting regular posts, they're not sending nobody to your post. You're just sitting there posting for no reason. So it makes sense now. It makes total sense.
And that's opportunity for anybody who's making YouTube videos right now that's a creator. I would just roll around Instagram. Here's a hack. Like, I hope it pays you thousands of dollars. Find companies where you see just pictures and just videos and 0 reels. Just find them and hit them up and be like, guess what? I could make videos. Let me help you actually get some reach and score yourself some brand deals. You know what I mean? Like, help them get in front of people, because like nobody knows what they're doing out there. And you come along and you give them that one tip. I don't care how long you've known it. If it's, you know, an hour from now you get that deal, you're still helping that brand. So like, go get that money, you know?
Facts. That's crazy.
That's so true. That's so true.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Edie. Go ahead, man.
No, you go ahead, bro.
I feel like I'm on Clubhouse right now. No, go ahead. Yeah, no, I was gonna say something. The brand deals. You know, that's good advice, because it's one thing you can tell these brands, you should do reels, you should do shorts and stuff, but like, what are they gonna do with that, right? Like, they're not even posting videos, so how are they gonna like make reels? They don't like wrap their heads around it. So to you then, like, you guys should do that, and here's why, and I can do that. So massive opportunity.
And when you have tons of case studies too,
there you go.
Be like, look what I took. I took somebody from 0 to hero off of reels alone, you know, and they can't refute the technology. They can't refute the data, right? So I think that's what's really in your corner right there. So man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they say they're not pushing it, but like, I mean,
they are. That's ridiculous.
I just think that's really silly to say they're not pushing it. I have a million views on a reel. What? That doesn't happen. Not ever. And it didn't ever happen until the second that I was in that program. And they're like, hey, I know. Let's just like pump this dude up, and he's gonna go tell all his buddies about posting on reels. And guess what? I ran around and tell all of my buddies, like, hey, post reels, let's go, let's make money, guys.
But it only makes sense if they're competing in that micro content, you know, format, or short form content that they give, that they, you know what I'm saying, give you what you want, which is the views or the attention. So I believe they absolutely are pushing that. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, before we get off, I know we're gonna get off now. We're kind of over our time.
We're about to wrap it up, but go for it.
But I definitely wanted to talk about affiliate marketing. As it's for me, I'm not a huge affiliate marketer, but what I will say is I do make thousands of dollars off of affiliate marketing, just posting my links. Literally, I don't tell people go buy it. I don't tell people, hey, I just literally, when I do my videos or when I post stuff, I just post a link. And then, of course, people are curious. So if they see me using it, they want to click on it. They want to go use it. So I would say, if you're not very salesy, if you're not even all into this other stuff, at least do yourself a service by, you know, posting your affiliate, become an affiliate of all these brands, right? And what really gets me is I see my friends, you know, these are my friends, you know, from the hood. I gotta say the hood to give it some perspective. and all they do is go on Facebook and brag about what they buy. Brag, oh, bro, I got these. And I'm like, well, one or two things. You need to first become an affiliate with that brand, because every brand has an affiliate. Everyone you could think, no, they don't, bro. And I go around their site at the bottom, look, affiliate program. Like, there's not a brand that doesn't have an affiliate program. So yes, become an affiliate and then buy some stock. You know, I know that sounds crazy, but if you're going to be buying this brand all day and promoting it, at least becoming an investor in that brand. So I would say, definitely sign up as an affiliate and do that. Make some money off of the AdSense part of YouTube.
Yeah, that's good. That's good advice. All right, awesome. There's a couple questions here. I think this whole talk about shorts, Chris, that you kind of opened up is very interesting, and we'll circle back to this. But real quick, both of you guys, what's the strategy with shorts, IG and Facebook Reels? Are you going to try that out? Is that something you're going to play with, test it out? And also, like, there's a cap, but then the following month, any new views from those reels will then count towards a new cap, right?
So it works like when you hit the new month, then anything new that you post anything new that you post during that month, it snowballs. So the more you post, the more your older posts grow as well. So I mean, honestly, one a day, if you can muster that, like one a day, and then if one of them happens to pop and you see what subject does particularly well, or like you had a fun little format and you're like, hey, I could do a couple of those, and like if it does well, then like do that. And like I have zero strategy when it comes to like first post here, then post there. I'll just demystify something else. There's no overlap. People that watch TikTok not watching on YouTube Shorts. They're just not. Like if they are, they're like, maybe 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 people saw both, but like they're pumped for you. They're like, hey, that's Chris. He's doing that over there too. I saw that. They're not like, oh, why would you post it in 2 places? You're greedy. Like that's not a thing. Nobody thinks that. So you post that on TikTok, you post it on Reels, you post it on the Facebook page. You can post Reels on your personal Facebook page. It doesn't just have to be like a fan page or anything like that. So yeah, man, I mean, I do the thing when I post on my YouTube channel where I will not notify subscribers, just so that if I want to post 3 shorts, I'm not just like blasting my guys over and over again, because they all want long form videos. But dude, Instagram 1 a day, TikTok's an endless abyss. Like you could post 20 a day and nobody would be like, you're posting too much, bro. Just careful when you get into TikTok.
Let's watch one of your reels, bro. I want to see one of your reels just to see.
Yeah, watch one of the Instagram ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Instagram. That's what I mean. Yeah.
So Instagram, don't watch the newest one, because that was a guy that was complaining on something, and now there's reply with video. And his name was Bobby. So I start the video with like, okay, Bobby, let's look at this and that. But yeah,
all right, let's pick one here. This one right here. All right. Oh, we got.
I'll dictate. I'm just kidding. So we can't hear it, but yeah, anybody feel free to watch. If you probably look at the second one that I posted.
Are you filming these in app, like right on the Instagram Reel app?
No, I shoot everything. Well, you know what? I tell you what, like to make this not sound like it's hard, lately I've just been using my iPhone. The last couple, I'm using the iPhone. A lot of them though will film on an A6500 with the 1.4 lens, just because it's pretty. But a lot of this stuff's all just being done with my iPhone. Okay,
so now I got two questions now. So when you say on your iPhone, do you mean in the Instagram app though? You on your iPhone and
no,
app?
I just I don't use any in-app things, because I know I'm going to post them in 4 different places. So that way I have the original, I upload it to Dropbox, and then from Dropbox, because I usually edit on Final Cut Pro, and then we upload it to Dropbox, and then I've just got that original, and I'll just deploy it to all the platforms.
Do you edit your phone recordings on Final Cut as well?
I will if I want to be fast, and if I'm just like sitting in my car somewhere, I'll use KineMaster.
Right on your phone. Okay, so with your your Sony camera, when you record the reels, you just record it vertically, and then you just like get the takes and edit them in Final Cut Pro and upload them.
Yep, I'm looking at my camera right now. It's got a mount, an Arca Swiss mount for landscape and for vertical. Nice. And so you can just swap it, and yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I was wondering, because I went in the Instagram Reel app. They try to mess with the reels. I don't know. I guess my 40ness is showing, because like I'll be like, okay, I try it and my timing is off, and then like I got frustrated, throw my phone in the lake, and now I got to go buy the phone.
I think people are trying to do what they see, and what they see is like I will tell you right now, I've never done a video where I'm like waiting and then I point to the words. Like that's so stupid to me. I don't want to do that ever. Every time I will judge you if you do. And go ahead, do it.
All right. Everyone's man, delete that draft. Delete that draft.
I love that though. So basically, you're just literally just shooting straight,
and then
doing cuts and doing cuts. But it's not like time to music or time to words or time to this.
No, it's just my content in a way that, like, listen, the stuff that I do, nobody needs to know how to open up their headlights. Nobody needs to know how to do that. Like, I have your attention for 8 seconds and I make use of it. That's all.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I love that. And I think that's cool too, because I was at Video Marketing World, and I was just really kind of like, it's funny because I learned a lot there. I was really surprised at how many businesses and even older people, right? And I mean, particularly over like 50 or like 60 or like 40, and have businesses that you wouldn't even think would be trendy or would be, the thing, but they're all like hundreds of thousands of followers on TikTok. And their reels are killing it. And I'm like, yo, are you serious? Like, if they're doing it, I definitely could do it. Right. So like, I got to figure the reels and the short form and the TikTok. I got to figure that out because it's literally an audience for everybody. It's crazy. I love it.
You know who I'm jealous of? And this is good news for everybody listening. I'm jealous of everybody who can just sit and talk to their phone, and that's enough. That's all you need to do. You don't have to have silly lights that light up when you hand them to Goku and like all this stuff that you're seeing on screen. Like, that's just me. I literally just happen to have blinky, flashy lights. So like I shove it up into the screen and I'm a little bit extra charismatic. But like when I see people that can literally make YouTube channels and post reels and TikToks and all that, and it's just them talking to the camera, I'm like, I want to be like that when I grow up.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, I always tell my wife, I'm like, how much of a blessing it is to be an actor, but literally in every role you're playing yourself, like Samuel L. Jackson or somebody. They don't have to step into all these different roles. They just and be themselves, and they get paid
Ryan
millions.
Reynolds is always the same guy.
Yeah, he's
on them.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's a testament to even content creation as these new features come in at and all these new platforms come in. It's like really be yourself. Like try to be yourself, and that way you can always be in character. Wow, I need to write that one down. If you be yourself, you're always in character. Oh, I love that.
That's good.
And it's not hard to keep going. So that was one of the things in that thing where I said DM me on Instagram the word mistake. It sends you a video and it talks about just being yourself. It's 3 things not to do on camera. And it's like, just don't be a weirdo. Do things that you wouldn't normally do. Don't like, I don't know. Like so many people do strange stuff. Like they'll do the wink and the gun. I'm like, you don't ever do that. I know you don't ever do that because that'd be weird.
Exactly.
Like, people don't do the wink and the gun.
I love
so,
it.
But one of the things in that too is that like, I know YouTubers that were like huge for years and they always put on this big show and this big act and acted different than they were. And they were miserable people because in reality, they knew that they couldn't be themselves because everybody expected them to be Bozo the Clown. And if they didn't act like Bozo, then like, I don't know, it just didn't hit. So it's like, wouldn't you rather just be you and not work? Like that's the best.
You know what I love though? I work with Chris because I'm a big advocate of, like I said before, bringing people offline online, right? And then it's like, helping them be an influencer in their niche. But some people just ain't built for that. Let's be real for it. And the thing is it makes me feel like a hypocrite too when I'm helping this creator or this influencer create content. Literally, when the camera goes off, straight face. Okay, so now I got to get back to these reports. And like, dang, bro, like we just cut the camera off. Like, can you don't even got to come down off this because like the camera cuts on. It's like camera cuts off. Okay, bro, get up my face. I'm like, whoa, okay, well. Buy me dinner first, at least. Like, geez, I feel like a content hooker here. Like, what is going on? So,
and the flip of that is Doc Rock just said that he uses the wink and the gun all the time. And you know what? You know what's dope about that? Is that if you do, then my advice is just do you, bro. You know what I mean? Because like, because then it's real. Then it's
TPS
authentic.
reports. That'd be great.
So I literally say that exact thing in that video too. And I'm like, just be you. If you do the wink and the gun, use it. Own it.
No, that's true, man. I love it.
No, man, this is great. Well, I mean, I think we need to continue this in another time, but we're over time, and I appreciate you guys' time hanging out here. There's so many things that there's even some stuff on Facebook. I keep getting this invite from Facebook for paid events. Like, hey, set up your paid events on your Facebook page and all that stuff. There's so many things on platforms to make money. It's just which ones do you want to focus on, right? So
I think that's true too. For me, it's like focus on something, right? Instead of like maybe over focusing on everything and don't get no money. Sometimes we can see so much opportunity and so much money that we're like get paralyzed.
You don't choose one,
and now we don't get nothing, right? So at least focus on the Instagram reels or the Facebook reels or the YouTube or something. Like get something going, and then that will jumpstart your creativity, right? That'll jumpstart your inspiration to veer off into more things. So absolutely, 100%. I know I'm guilty of that. Like so much to do, I do nothing. Like I have so much to do today. I'm gonna go to take a nap.
So true. So true. Awesome, guys. Well, I'll put all the links to both your channels. So everybody joining us live or watching the replay, thanks for hanging out with us. Make sure you follow both these guys and just kind of learn from what they're doing. They definitely just put it into practice. So thanks, guys. We'll talk soon.
Thanks for bringing me out of my live stream hiatus, man.
Yeah, you're back.
I was like, man, I haven't live streamed in months. He was like, you're live streaming tonight, buddy. Okay, just get your stuff together. Appreciate it.
It's like riding a bike, right? Riding a bike.
All right,
Awesome.
you guys.
Chris,
well, have a good
thank
night. I
you, guys.
appreciate it.
Peace.